What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, tigerfitness.com. Ask the machine anything. Haven't done this in a while, but I actually, now that we used to do this, it was before they had the actual, posts on YouTube. So this is the first time I'm able to do this native to YouTube, which is really fun because, well, this is where y'all are. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all separate ecosystems. So the people on YouTube are generally YouTube people. So this is great. So I pick 3 questions. I'm going to answer them. I have not, gone over it. I don't have any notes. I'm just going to answer it like we're at a seminar, like we're just together talking about whatever, right? So these are 3 distinctly different questions. One is personal, one is drug, and one is, I guess, personal, but more funny in my opinion, and I think I'll get to that. So with that being said, let's get started. By the way, if you need any sport nutrition supplements, any outright bars, MTS Whey, core nutritionals, Axe and Sledge, we just picked up Caged. tigerfitness.com, that's my website. tigerfitness.com, please support the cause. And FYI, Planta is now available at all Sprouts locations, all 405 plus locations, as well as Vitamin Shop, Hy-Vee, many other retailers. All right, guys, here goes. From Censored Sheep Channel. By the way, if I answer your question, please email me, Marc at tigerfitness.com. That's Marc, M-A-R-C at tigerfitness.com. I'll send you a gift card for tigerfitness.com. You don't have to use it. I'm going to give you free money. And it's going to be a good amount of money. I'm going to give you money. To shop at Tiger Fitness, all right? From Censored Sheep Channel. How's the contest prep going? How's your back? Thank you so much for asking. Please email me again. Get that gift card. It's going to be a good amount. Trust me on that. So anyway, it's going well. So I believe February 17th is 16 weeks out. If everything goes well, again, it's like, am I 100% no? Do I have that on my mind? Yes. And the reason is it's made me train harder, and I'm actually focusing on gaining lean mass. And I really love gaining lean mass. I love training really hard. When I was in Texas with my brother over Christmas, it was just like 2 bros training for goals, right? Like my brother might still compete again. Like my brother's jacked. Dude's 225 pounds, but he's 6'1". I'm 5'7" to 5'8", depending on what time of day. And I'm like 222 pounds. So I'm thicker, he's taller and bigger, but just training with him, both of us knowing that we have potential goals, it just seemed like, even though we always push each other, we pushed each other even harder. And I love going to the gym with a mission, with a mindset, with a focus, whether it's to build my quads or whatever. I like having a goal. Do I need a goal? No. I love training, but I don't need a goal. So right now I'm trying to eat as much food as I possibly can. Now, most of my food is easy to digest food, being that I do have irritable bowel syndrome. So my diet is typically, I start out the day, if I train first thing in the morning, I usually have an outright bar pre-workout, then 2 scoops of MTS Whey or 2 scoops of Planta right when I get done training, because I'm usually really hungry. My workouts have been lasting 60 to 90 minutes. The 90-minute range, when I do a good warm-up, I'm getting older. I have to do a lot of prehab, a lot of warm-up. Leg day takes a while. I had some wonky stuff go on in my knees, so I'm really working on that. And I was able to do Bulgarian split squats, no knee pain today. Leg press pretty heavy, no knee pain on hack squats. So I'm really happy about it. I have this thing called an Echo Wave. Echo? No, it's not Echo. The hell is it called? DNA. It's a DNA vibe, and it's a red light therapy. I have it on during the day while I work. Put on my lower back, my knee, whatever. Gives me some near red. I do infrared sauna. I have my Marc Pro, marcpro.com, coupon code Lobliner. I've been hitting everything. I'm actually going today, a place called In Motion Wellness. Be doing some stretch therapy. This one's really impressive. I've never really believed in it, but I'll let you know what I think. They're good guys. I've known the guy for a long time. He said I'll really like it, so I'm down with it. But anyway, I've been doing all I can to get in a spot where I'm training hard, I'm making gains, I'm feeling my best ever, my energy's through the roof. I drink these for the flavor. I don't really even need caffeine. But life's good. As for my back, so I've been going to Dr. Kasinger. He's the one who did the stem cells in my thumb. If you saw that video, I had stem cells in my thumb. I severely damaged my ligament. I have osteoarthritis in there, and I have 2 bone spurs from boxing for 7 years. Nonetheless, it's getting a lot better. It's been 2 weeks. It's getting a lot better, and hopefully I can throw again. Hopefully I can fight again. I'd love to get a couple more matches under my belt before I, get too old and don't want to do it anymore. But yeah, he's been working on my back. I go in for traction on my back to Dr. Brandon Kasinger to N8 Health Centers. I go in for traction twice a week, and he generally adjusts me every 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how I look. But I have a tempering tool. My daughter uses that on me, basically digging into my QLs and my SI in my back, twist it around. We then put it on the back of our knees. I'll do a whole video on that. Long story short, if I do get on stage, it'll be the best Marc you've ever seen. Very good news. I'm not going to be traveling at all next year. I might be doing 1 or 2 trips. For example, I might be going, our corporate headquarters is in Utah. At least every quarter I'll be there. And then Ambrosia is in California. I might be there every month or so. And Ohio, I like to go there every week or 2. But that's like 1 or 2 days a week max. Last year, I was gone over 200 days. So if I do get on stage, if I do compete, it will be the best Marc Lobliner you've ever seen, unless something happens like I get food poisoning or an STD before stage time. So yeah, it's going great, Censored Sheep. Again, email me, marc@tigerfitness.com. I'll get you that gift card. Anyway, number 2. Non-personal stuff. Ideal dose for Anavar when taking testosterone. See, this is a question, and I have a lot of thoughts on this, and I want to preface this by saying I am not a doctor. I am, as they say, I'm an effing idiot, and you should not listen to a word I say, but hear me out. The reason you would take Anavar with testosterone is to release free test, to unbind that SHBG. So you don't need a huge dose. So a lot of doctors now, because it's another variable, okay, so what you take Anavar for is to increase your free test. Basically, testosterone gives you a whole bunch of testosterone, but your body might not use it all. Anavar helps your body utilize the total testosterone, helps unbind the testosterone. So I've heard different dosing amounts, anywhere from 10 milligrams to using it sporadically throughout the week. Bodybuilders generally take between 20 and 100 milligrams a day, with a lot of us going in the 50 range, like bodybuilders, meaning us bodybuilders, take about 50 milligrams a day. But that's more for Anavar's perceived benefits when getting lean as a drug, right? It doesn't make you hold water. And it's a pretty safe drug. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm an idiot. It's a pretty safe drug, as when it was, basically invented, it was mainly for use in women and children. Like, they wanted this to be a safer drug. It's one of the more preferred drugs among female competitors if they choose to use drugs. With that being said, if I'm looking at someone who's just doing TRT for health, I would actually look at just the easiest way to do this without having to do the chemistry thing, and a lot of people aren't good at drugs, is just take a little bit more testosterone. Your total test will be up. Your percentage of free test will be the same, but that'll go up as well with that. That's what a lot of HRT clinics are doing. But if you go the Anavar route, I would imagine that 5 to 20 milligrams would be plenty to do what we want it to do as far as freeing bound testosterone. But that depends on the doctor, depends on the person, and depends on why you're using Anavar. So if you're using it for contest prep, again, I don't ever see a reason to use over 50 milligrams of Anavar. I think that's overkill. But again, bodybuilders aren't good at moderation. So I've seen bodybuilders take 200 milligrams, if not more, which is expensive. Also, another thing to concern yourself with if you're doing the black market of Anavar is that Anavar is very, very, very likely to be counterfeit. I don't know why. It's probably because there's a cost difference, but a lot of Anavar on the market, on the black market, I know this because I talk to a lot of people who do this, is actually Anadrol. So you get Anavar, give it to a female bikini competitor. Next thing you know, she's growing a huge clit and an Adam's apple. So be very careful. That's why I say if you cannot get it from a doctor, it might not be, again, it's Russian roulette. It's Russian roulette, especially if you're a female. Like if you can't get it prescribed, and I know a lot of females taking Anavar prescribed by doctors. And again, if you get that, if it comes from a pharmacy, you're probably good. But if you're buying it from bro at the gym, there's a good chance that your Anavar is Anadrol. And what you're taking Anavar for is it's clean, dry. I say dry, no water weight. Anadrol is the opposite. Anadrol will give you that D-ball face. I've taken Anadrol. It puffs you the fuck up. So again, be very wary of your source. But if you're looking at TRT benefits, a lot of the times what doctors will do, and I'm not talking like 500 milligrams. Like if a doctor has you on 100 milligrams of testosterone a week, he'll bump it to like 110 or 120 because we're looking at becoming normal to high normal, not super physiological, Mr. Olympia, Big Ramy-ish. You know what I mean? Hopefully that answers your question. Richard Rodriguez, 9098. Please, Marc, M-A-R-C at tigerfitness.com, Marc at tigerfitness.com. There will be a gift card. All I need is your email, and the gift card will be emailed to you. I don't need your address. You don't need to dox yourself. I just need an email. Not that I would release your address. I've been doing this since 2011, this channel. I've never done anything like that. Okay. My favorite question. Oh, man, my daughter might want to come in and help me on this one. From King Dale Clark. Why do you still act like a teenager? It's a good question, a funny question, a question that I really like answering. By the way, King Dale Clark, please email me. I'll get you that gift card. My favorite question. So when I was 19 years old, I entered the workforce in corporate America at Weider Publications. A lot of people, well, those are muscle mags. No, because a year and a half, 2 years later, after I came on board, they were bought by American Media, AKA The Inquirer, AKA The Star, AKA Country Weekly. I was thrust into this position where I'm wearing a suit to work every day, where I'm wearing slacks, where I'm going to the big meetings at 19 years old. I'm in what we used to call it in American Media, or XCOM. It's where all the bigwigs got in and met, and David Pecker, the CEO, would yell at them. It was kind of cool, okay? So I was thrust into this position of growing up. And also as a kid, when I was in my teens, I'd say when I was 10 years old, my mom was diagnosed with some really bad issues. Addiction problems, mental issues. So my mom was always in the hospital, mental hospital, whatever you want to call it. And my dad was always traveling for work. So fast forward around 15 years old, my dad started having strokes. My mom was still in the hospital probably 200 plus days a year. So I had to grow up really fast. I look at my kids at 10 years old, my daughter couldn't use a microwave. Now she cooks amazing, by the way. My kids never had to do that. At 10 years old, I had to figure out how to cook. I had to figure out how to get stuff. I had to figure out how to get to school. I had to figure out how to do everything on my own, get to practice, all that stuff. And so my childhood was really shitty. It was great. I did some epic stuff as a kid, but I had to grow up too quick. And then I got involved in, just when I lived in the city, I got involved in some street stuff that, I shouldn't have been doing. And I did some really, really, really stupid things, but I had to grow up. It's the only way. How do you tell a kid at 10, 11, 12 to 16 years old, and then I met my wife at 16. So I didn't really go through the dating scene. And my wife and I were engaged at 19, went to college together, married by 21. So at 24 years old, I left corporate America and started Scivation. And at that point, if you look at old photos of me at trade shows, I always wore a suit. I always wore a suit to trade shows because that's how I rolled, because I was corporate Marc. And as I got older and I had kids, I actually regressed from a maturity standpoint. I couldn't be happier with it. Now I button it up. As you guys know, we just got Planta into Sprouts. We're dealing with Walmart and Target and all these big brands. So I can button it up. I can sit through meetings. 90% of my days is meetings and spreadsheets. So, but when I'm coaching kids, I like to have fun. I like to have energy. You know, I like to be free and act young because I feel young. I feel healthy. I feel vibrant. So, you know, I have kids. I like playing with my kids. When I go out back and throw a football, I feel like a 16-year-old kid, you know, throwing a ball with my kid, or teaching my kid how to snap a football, or teaching my kid how to block, or whatever it is, or going to wrestling meets and cheering for my son. So when I go to these things, I less identify as an out-of-shape parent in the stands, and I identify as an athlete. Also, the fact that I've stayed active, that I've competed well through my 40s, that between the age of, 35 to 41, I boxed competitively. I never gave myself a chance to get old. Okay. So while I started out insanely corporate, so to speak, I regressed, and I love it because I'm having the time of my life, and I don't care if you think that I am immature. It doesn't bother me. I've done very well in my life. I know when to button it up. I know when to be, professional. I know when to put on the shirt and tie. I know when to sell stuff. I know when to promote. I know when to do what I need to do. But you know what? If you meet me in public, if you see me at the gym, I'm going to be me. And if that makes me any less of a person to you, I don't care. I've been very fortunate, very blessed to reach a level in my life where I don't care. I don't care what you think. I don't care what your neighbor thinks. I just care that I'm with my family, that I have my friends, that I have my business partners. But other than that, I'm me. And right now I am what I feel. What do I feel like? I feel like a healthy young man who's crushing life and reaching his goals. Hopefully that answers it for you. Anyway, guys, you as well can get your free gift card from Tiger Fitness. Of course it's free. It's a gift card. The hell does that even mean? Anyway, tigerfitness.com. That's what I do. That's who I am. That's my store. We carry not only MTS Nutrition outright, Ambrosia, Pump Chasers, all the brands I'm a part of. We also carry so many other brands, awesome brands. And again, I'm very excited about having Caged on our site now. Very good brand, awesome products. Give them a shot. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Marc Lobliner. Again, if you want anything answered, comment down below. Actually, I'll go to my, go to my channel, what is it? I don't even know where to go. If you have questions, comment down below, and I'll answer the hell out of them. That's not a game. The outright bar was created for my kids. My kids need a snack to eat during soccer tournaments, and also I wanted a bar for myself to eat pre-workout, post-workout, and also throughout the day. You want your outright bars right now. That's why we have a partnership going with the Vitamin Shop to make sure that we're in all 750 plus locations, providing the best price, the best service, the best people to give you the outright bar when and where you need it.